Hey folks, just gotta thank the patrons again. Thanks to Alan, Billy, Blizz, Brett, Caleb, Chen, Christoph, David, Edia, Eric, Gary, Joey, the other Joey, Twioch, Matthew, Miguel, Mathaldu, Raymond, Rodrigo, Sackchief, and Z. If you want to support me, links to my Patreon and my Play Asia referral link are in the description. Enjoy the video.
Persona 5, Dancing in Starlight.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima, and I'm here checking out Persona 5, whatever the hell she said. Probably should have just left it with her. So, this is, oh for God's sake, that intro video comes on so quickly. This is, well, I'm pretty sure nobody needs any introduction, but this is the sequel to the dancing spin-off, Persona 4 Dancing All Night. And it's Persona 5. Now, notably there are two versions of this game. When I say two versions and not two separate games, because I'm going to be perfectly honest here, they're practically the same fucking game, but they're two versions of the same game, more or less. I have both of them, and I have played both of them. Dancing in Starlight is the one I've played the most. I've put about 3 hours into it. I went and put an hour into Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight, so I know what that's like, i.e. it's practically identical. So hopefully we'll be able to give you a good look at least Persona 5 here, but I will close this and go and have a look at Persona 3. So I just need to go and find the bloody embargo details. If I remember correctly, it's the whatchamacallit, the first 8 songs of both games, which is a little bit bizarre, but not a big deal. Yeah. Okay, I'm only allowed to play the first 8 songs, and I'm only allowed to watch the first social scene of each character. That makes enough sense to me, so let's go hop in, shall we? So, we'll go have a look at the config menu first. There is also a system menu here, but I actually have no use for it because I didn't get any PS4 code, and I didn't get any DLC. I think I actually did when Persona 4 Dancing All Night came out. But this time around I didn't. A little bit bizarre, but okay. So you got some configuration options here. Some of them are things you should turn on immediately, but some of them are things you should probably just, consider. So you've got your different sound sliders here, which is all well and good. You got voices for the main game, you got automatic advance for the social scenes, and you can turn the Japanese voices on and off for free, no DLC required. So, good. There's also different sound sliders for the actual dance part. You can also turn off dance voices. I would personally recommend doing this because there's basically, well, let me put it this way, when we get into the songs, you'll know. You can change your note and your scratch. Gonna leave them on the defaults. You can also turn on scratching with the L and R button instead of using the analog stick or the touchscreen. I don't know why you would use any other thing. It's more comfortable, easier to get to, and doesn't require you stretching your arms out like you're trying to do the bloody claw in Monster Hunter sometimes. You can change the visual note offset. I don't know why you would need to do this on the Vita. I can understand why you would need to do it on a television, but on the Vita, I'm not entirely sure. So you can change the background brightness as well, which was a massive problem I had personally with the, it was a massive problem I had with the original, there's my mouse cursor, hello, it was a problem I had with the original Dancing All Night, where the backgrounds were so bloody bright I couldn't see the notes coming in. They did change this in the first patch, I believe. They also added network functions, which basically means high scores, which is good. You can also turn on sheer voices for characters once you unlock it. It's a little bizarre, but we won't bother with that. And you can also change whether or not to remember the costume, which is a little bit of a bizarre option, but not that bad, really, in the grand scheme of things. So if you go to Collection, it will show you your playtime, and you can also see your high scores and some character bios. And some, I thought this was character bios. Yeah, what am I thinking of? You can also come here to actually change their default outfits, which is nice. I've got a fair few, so let's just hit random a few times. There's a fair few options. Notably, for whatever reason, they make it so that the shuffling option can actually pick 2 accessories that collide with each other, so you can't wear them at the same time. It's a little strange. You can also see the voices in their poses, but we won't bother going into that. You can do that for every character, which is a nice little touch. And we won't bother looking at the high scores, because I think we can do that in the song browse screen, but frankly my scores in this game are shit. There's no real point. So you got your 3 main modes up here. Tutorial, there's 2 things you should play. Customizing your stage and Fever Time. You shouldn't need to play anything else because the rest of the game is relatively simple, and those are the only 2 tutorials that need to play to actually unlock game content. I don't know why they have it just for those 2 tutorials, but that's the thing. You do also have social events. We won't do them just yet, but we'll go and play a few songs first. Because, well, that's... Not only is that the story, but I can't actually show you much in the way of anything there. So we might as well go and play something a little bit more substantial first. However, I will give them a lot of points for basically taking out the stupid story they had in Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which felt like basically a really compressed version of what they were trying to do in Persona 4, with none of the effort put in, and doing it in about 1/10 of the time, meaning that there was basically no chance of it actually succeeding. In this game, they handle it separately, so you can go and dance as much as you like. It's completely separate to the story progression, and, well, it's not completely separate, but it's like, you don't have to do anything in the story to unlock songs for the most part. And, well, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, I've got a bunch of songs unlocked, but as I said before, I can only show you the first 8, so I can't show you anything willpower past that. But I can let you see the idea of what the track list looks like down to there, at least. I can't go any further than that, as I said, but yeah, a little unfortunate, but oh well. We'll do a song on easy, just for the purpose of demonstration. And we might as well dance as Ren, who's wearing a robe that looks a fair amount like the wizard robe. Is that the wizard robe? I'm pretty sure it is. You can actually change their costume settings in here as well. Yeah, that's the wizard robe, because I was going to say it looked a lot like the one from Harry Potter for some... Well, not for some reason, it's pretty obvious. So, just in case you're unaware, accessories are actually unlocked via social links. So you can see the requirements to unlock them all there. So that's pretty much it. Let's go. We have the ability to put on score bonuses and score challenges and support. Basically, support puts the score down, challenge puts the score up. And there are a fair few things that you can do here, and you can combine them in any way you like. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't prevent you from getting things like trophies. So it's really just like, you can put on all the sports if you want to get some trophies, which is, you know, good. Thumbs up from me. There's a ton of them, and they all have, like, actually, like, relatively decent effects. Like, not ones that are particularly, like, asshole-ish that you have to put on. There are some challenges, like, there's one that you have to do in order to get a social link up, where you put in 5 challenges at once. I think that's the most you have to do, but that doesn't mean you can't put on a bunch of supports at the same time. So, you know, that works, because you have to pass the stage. You can also come down here to change your note speed. I'm leaving it on default for the time being. And you can also have a hype gauge that doesn't boost, which is an interesting concept. Also, it means if you play a game on hard, it will probably kill you, like, after you miss, like, 3 notes. Hard in this game is actually pretty difficult. We won't turn any of these on for the time being because I'm on easy. You can also come here to change your settings real quick. And you do also have the ability to watch the perfect mode, a choreography mode, which I believe is just watching the dancing, and watching your own replay. So cool. Your partners are predetermined by track, but once you beat them, you can choose them. So, you know, cool.
I'll handle it.
You can do it. I have faith in you.
That's it. Yes.
So yeah, this is Persona 4, Persona 5, or Persona 3. Actually, to be fair, the games are pretty much identical. I think the double note is new, but outside of that, the games are pretty much the same, but whatever, I'll go over and explain them anyway if you haven't played Persona 4 Dancing All Night. So, this game is pretty easy to understand. You have your 6 button slots around the side there, triangle, circle, X, down, left, and up. You press them as the icons go over the circles in order to get points. The closer to the center that you do it, the more points that you get. If you miss, you drop your combo. It's pretty easy to understand. You have hold notes, you have double notes, you have scratch notes, which are the rings that come around the outside, And you have double notes, which basically just require you to press the button pretty quickly twice. Easy enough to understand. Scratch notes aren't required to keep the combo going, but they will give you a hit on the combo, so it's worth keeping them in mind. Also, you will see scratch rings that are fever rings. If you hit enough of them before you get to the fever part of the track, you will go into fever mode, which will keep your meter from going down, award you with bonus points, and just generally make your life easier. It will also bring in the other character to do a little bit of an extra dance-off with you. Fever positions are preset on the track, so you can only have one or two, or I think a couple of tracks have 3. But yeah, they're preset. You only get a certain amount of them on each track, so make the best use of them you can while you got them.
So captivating.
Now you're into it.
Dancing's actually pretty good. The main problem with it is that I can't actually watch it because I'm too busy trying to hit all the buttons. Even on easy, the game keeps you looking pretty hard at the edges of the screen to make sure that you get the timing right. I mean, it is relatively easy to stay on the beat, which is, you know, good because that's what rhythm games are supposed to do. They're supposed to keep you on the beat. But, yeah, it's still kind of hard to watch the dancing while you've got all these icons swirling in. Especially if you play on lower note speeds, because the notes can just absolutely fill the screen, and it can be kind of hard to tell what exactly you need to press next. I have been tripped up by this a couple of times. Not horribly, but I'm just saying it is a thing that's worth keeping note of.
Brilliant.
So, you have 3 different ranks you can get. You can, well, I mean, other than failing, of course. You've got Stage Clear, you've got Brilliant, which is basically like a 95% or higher note hit. Not even 95%, I should say more like 98% note hit ratio. And then you've also got King Crazy, which is nothing but perfect or great notes. I don't know if there's anything higher than that, because I haven't gone that far. The only song I've actually managed to get King Crazy on is on Persona 3, so yeah, there's a reason why you aren't seeing it here. I'm going to play the rest on normal, but we're going to take a look at hard maybe once or twice. You can see here though that I haven't actually managed to clear a song on it yet, so whatever. We'll try Rivers of the Desert, why not? Hey Ad, we'll shuffle your costume a bit, make it look a little different. Can I actually select my... I can. Well, it's obviously going to select her anyway, so I don't really mind. And, yeah, we won't worry about any more custom stuff.
I've been waiting for this. This'll be a breeze. On, be confident.
It's now or never, and I've got to make my decision. This time
How's that?
my moment. Is this
Yeah.
the right job, or just to fulfill my
Yes.
mission?
Nailed it.
All right, I'm ready.
I should probably start talking again. So, as I've said, the rhythm gameplay, pretty good. I have a couple of problems with it. Whoops.
How's that? Okay. How's that?
My main problem is with the note timing. Now, for the most part, the note timing is okay. But good notes are really freaking strange. I'm not entirely sure why they are as weird as they are, but... So you got Perfect and Great. Perfect and Great are absolutely fine. Great is just a little bit off the center. Perfect is dead center. Good is a little bit further out than Perfect, but the thing is, there are 2 different kinds of good note.
Beautifully done, On. See that? We're an unbeatable pair.
And the good notes, at random, will reset your combo. It's really bizarre. Sometimes you'll get a good note, and it'll be fine, and your combo will keep going. But at other times, you'll get it, and your combo will reset. And the weird thing about the combo resetting is that it doesn't actually reset the counter immediately. It just kind of hangs there for a second, so if you miss a note, you might end up missing another one, or just not even missing anything at all, and thinking, wait, what did I miss? And you'll see the good out of your corner of your eye. But for some reason, half the time, or at least like the more further out goods, just break your combo for some reason. And that annoys me to no end in games like these, because
Stage clear.
it looks like you hit it. You, just barely, I mean, sometimes it definitely barely looks like you hit it, but you hit it. You absolutely hit it. You kind of deserve that. I'm gonna play this one because I want to save one of those ones for later. Hang on, we'll get him in here and we'll random up the outfits a little bit. Oh, I can partner him as... That's a little bizarre, but okay. Yeah, let's get him with 2 different outfits. Make it look bizarre. Oh, you can only do it with 1 outfit. That's a shame. Alright. Let's go. So yeah, the good timing is just bizarre. I'm not sure what the deal with it is, but...
Time to begin.
A distinctive expression, as always.
when it randomly decides to cut your combo, it honestly doesn't make much sense to me. And it's just kind of annoying. I hate games that do that, where they reward you for hitting the note by saying you did good, or okay, or, you know, decent. But then they break your combo anyway. And considering that combos are usually the best way to build up points in games like this, it just drives me nuts. It's a nitpick, but it's a nitpick that I hate in every rhythm game, and I can't really get over it. I can't remember if Persona 4 Dancing All Night actually did this. Pretty sure it did.
Let's do this.
But still, it's still here and it still annoys the shit out of me.
You can do it. Yeah, I'm impressed. Got it.
The other thing that personally annoys me, and coming from me, I understand the irony, but the characters are chatterboxes in the middle of songs for no real reason.
Looking good.
Like, you can hear them constantly talking to each other. Now, in some areas, like, you know, having the 2 characters talk to each other while they're dancing in fever time, absolutely fine. Maybe 1 or 2, like, little encouragements off to the side, all the better, right?
Such strength and brilliance.
That was breathtaking.
But they are talking all the time. Everyone is constantly on in the songs. It's like, everybody's just chatterboxes. You'd think it'd be distracting in any other kind of rhythm game. And to be fair, it is kind of distracting here, not massively. But with that said, the fact that they're all willing to be able to the fact that they're all willing to talk so much in the middle of someone else's dance performance is actually kind of amazing. Like, you'd think they'd be a little bit more considerate of their friend. Now, I know that this is another nitpick that you can turn the talking and songs off, right?
Nice.
But I just find it odd that they're willing to talk so much. Like, if I had the ability to turn the voices to, say, only talk during fever time, or during really high combos, you know, like 50, 100, 150, you know, just like decent combo counts, I would take that any day over the current setting, because they just seem to talk way too much.
Yeah. Good.
Nice.
Got it. There. Good.
Kind of sucked that, kind of screwed that up at the end there, but I got through the song at least. She's cute.
Brilliant.
That was a brilliant? Okay, sure. I got way less points.
Those are the
For some reason, but okay. Wait, what? Huh? Okay, whatever. So there is another problem that I've got. And I don't think there's another example I have of this that there's not another example of this that I'm able to stream at this point. So you might notice that you weren't able to pick your character or your character or your partner there. It just immediately makes you go to the next one. Wind's blowing pretty hard outside. It's because these songs in particular are kind of odd. Now, in this situation here, where they've basically turned it into a music video, I don't mind. But the ones that I'm not allowed to show you are more or less just like... FMVs played over like the credits. Like, you get to hear the credits song in this game of Persona 5. Now, I'm going to say this here. I'm merely saying this off the idea that it was the Persona 5 credits song, because for some reason the only video that was playing during the song I'm thinking of was playing over the Persona 5 credits video. Kind of bizarre, in all honesty, because it would have been nice to have like a more somber dance, you know, just something that was a little bit slower, you know, maybe two characters doing a more intimate sort of dance going on in the background, but then you just... It's just weird to have just a video playing in the background instead of an actual dance. I mean, in this case here, it's actually like got a music video vibe to it and it actually works, but for some reason, just having just weird little FMVs of like credits play in the background. There is another song relatively similar to that plays over the Persona 3 Fez intro. It's just bizarre to me. I'm not entirely sure why they decided to go with that instead of just making more dances. Maybe it was just a budget-saving measure. I'm sorry, I'm completely stuffing this up. I should probably give myself a little bit of a break from the rhythm side of things after this song. I also do okay when I can shut up and focus. But yeah, it's a little bit odd that there's some songs that are literally just FMV backgrounds for some reason. It would have been nice to have like proper dances going on. Okay, that was decent. It wasn't a brilliant, but it was... I did well enough considering I was trying to talk over the whole thing. So there are actually high scoreboards. Probably should have gone to the actual score thing. Yeah, we'll back up and we'll have a look at the high scores. Then we'll go and explain what the social side of things are. So if we go to collection, then we go to score, we should be able to press OK on something. Nope. Oh, there it is. Online. There we go. So this has all your scores here. Then if I press X on this should take me to the high scoreboard, right? Yeah, there we go. So we can see that Just One Gamer is apparently rocking it on all night difficulty, which is the 4th unlockable one. So yeah, there's your high scoreboards. I knew they were there somewhere. I just forgot to go and actually check them. So yeah, that makes enough sense. The whole dancing side of things anyway. It's got a few weird little nitpicks, but it's still okay. There's nothing massively wrong with it. The dancing's nice. It's relatively responsive. The good thing being half a combo breaker and half not really grinds my gears, but still, minor nitpicks, pretty good gameplay otherwise. So let's go and have a look at how that ties into the social system. Now, the social rank system is about what you would expect from a Persona game, except there's no, like, really ongoing story or anything going on. It's more just a linear series of socializations between the characters. There's no massive, like, side plot going on like Chie's dog in Persona... Not dog, sorry. Chie's confidence in Persona 4, or... Actually, to be fair, I've only played Persona 4, but which is where this gets interesting. But yeah, you get the idea. There's no massive stories going on. It's just them basically talking to each other. It's fan service of the meekest variety, and that's fine. That's mainly what these games are meant for, and honestly, it does a hell of a lot better than the weird story does in Persona 4, where they were bringing back the old characters while still trying to justify them being there. This game, it's a little bit different. They're pulled out of the middle of their respect... Actually, no, that's a lie. In Persona 5, they're pulled out at the end of the game, but as far as I can tell, there's no story spoilers, because, again, I haven't actually played Persona 5, so I wouldn't know for sure if there are actually spoilers in it. But as you can see, I've been through a fair few of the social ranks, and I can still say with relative confidence that there's no spoilers going on. As for Persona 3, that's where things get a little bit different. I'm guessing it's because they believe that everybody has had long enough to play Persona 3 to know what's going on in there, but they drop a few hints of what happens in the Persona 3 social links, so just FYI on that one. Let's go and actually play one or two. As I said before, I can only show you the first rank of each social link. And if you want to know how you actually unlock these, if I hold the square button here, you can see that there's actually some stuff you need to do. Unlock some challenge modifiers, clear tracks with customized outfits, get a total of 5,000 perfect timings on the notes, clear tracks with different accessories, clear tracks with brilliant, which is actually surprisingly hard to do, which is why I played a lot on normal just to see what that social link was like. Play any amount of tracks and use social events. So that's actually the main plot, even though there's not really a plot. The plot is more or less you're all pulled into a dream to play, to dance. Eventually they unveil that, well, let me give you a hint. I probably shouldn't go much further than that, but let me give you a hint. There's a reason they released both of these games at the same time, so there you go. So let's go and watch Morgana's first event. I'll shut up so you can listen to the voice acting.
A ball, huh? And dancing is the key to success? Sounds like the perfect mission for me. You'll find out soon enough. My amazing dance moves are gonna light this place up. Lady Ann will be watching me too. Come on, I was obviously joking. What I meant to say was, I want to show everyone my moves, not just Lady Ann. What? It's like you're looking straight through me. We are. The truth is, I want to show Lady Ann how cool I can be. So, when it's my time to shine, please be my wingman. Wait, really? With any luck, this ball will be a wedding reception by the end of the night! Well, now that that's decided, let's get practicing! Come on, Joker!
That is basically the entirety of the social links. That it's you talking to the characters, them talking to each other from time to time. I would like to show you a social link where someone's talking to someone else, but for whatever reason, I can only show you the first ones, and most of the first ones, there's probably like one or two that has more than one character in them, but yeah, I could show you the intro cutscene if I wanted to, but that's too long, and yeah, it's not really worth the time. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Like, it's just the characters talking to each other and having a good time, more or less. Some of the social link cutscenes are actually really similar. Like, a lot of them feel almost identical. Like, admittedly, identical in the sense that they're identical to the Persona 3 dancing gang. Like, I ran into a lot of really, really similar events. There is also a secondary system that comes up if you get someone above rank 5. It means that you can go rooting around in their personal room, and the twins or the Elizabeth, depending on what game you're playing, will actually leave you little cards you can find that'll unlock bonus accessories. But other than that, it's just like simple fan service, more or less. It's implied that Yukari wants to bang someone, which is kind of neat. That is more or less it. As you saw, you do make decisions as you go through, but it's not like in Persona 4 where if you make the wrong decision, you could bugger up the entire social link. No, it's basically just 2 or 3 different ways to say no or yes. You're basically locked in, which isn't the worst thing in the world, I suppose. It still makes you look a bit witty and silly, which is, you know, good for these sorts of games. So, yeah. I would show you another one, but we're probably getting along in our time. So what I want to do is I actually want to back out and show you Persona 3 dancing in, I believe it's in Moonlight for that one. So, yeah, I got it right for once in my life. So yeah, let's just close that one up and let's just boot Persona 3 dancing in Moonlight. I'll do a couple of songs. I'll do one on normal and one on hard, and then I'll do one on normal. I'll do a social link. And then I will do a hard mode song.
Atlas.
And we'll call this video off, because, yeah, there's really not that much else to see. The games really are practically identical. It's kind of nuts.
Persona 3, Dancing in Moonlight.
So yeah, you can see here that it all looks different. They've done a good job in styling it differently so that it's not identical. And the Persona 5 dancing menus do look like the menus in Persona 5. I haven't actually played Persona 3 either, but I know how that game's plot goes because, yeah, Persona 3's been around like 10 years at this point. There's no way I wouldn't know. So, it's all the same menus, DLC and cross-save, all the options are the same. Yeah, it's basically all the same. So, let's go and play a song, shall we? As you can see, I haven't gone that much farther here, but yeah. So yeah, might as well do mass destruction. I don't have much in the way of accessories for these guys yet, because I've only played this version for an hour, so I really haven't gone that much, but as far as I can tell, all the assists are the same too. They're all in roughly the same place, so, you know, okay. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever, so let's just hit it.
Okay, I've got this. I'll start with a warm-up.
I'm anticipating excellence.
And I will give credit to like the game's backgrounds when they've actually got the dances out. They look great. It was the same way in Persona 4 Dancing All Night where all the backgrounds looked really good. In this game, they've taken more of a, as far as I can tell anyway, they've taken more of a sign from the actual locations and not like some fancy dance stages. And I approve of this because they've done a really good job in making these areas look nice. Like, I have seen, like, gameplay of Persona 5, so I can definitely recognize this as the entrance to Tartarus. Persona 3, I should say. So I can recognize this as the entrance to Tartarus. I have Persona 5 sitting on my hard drive in my PlayStation 3. I bought it, like, 2 weeks before launch, and I've only gotten, like, 2 hours into it just because I haven't had the time. I know people have said it's great. I know, but... God, unless something hooks me in so hard that pulling it out would probably cause me to die, i.e. Utawara, Ramona, or Muv-Love, I find it really hard to dedicate much time to anything these days, and, you know, Persona 5 being 100 hours as it is just, you know, oh my god. And I've gotten an appreciation for sitting back, relaxing, and listening to things like the audio, because, you know, the voice acting is usually above and beyond in these games, so...
Really fun. Thank you. How's that? That's it.
You're doing so well!
Whoa. Yes. Great.
Your cheering reminds me of our sports clubs at school.
The music libraries of so far haven't been too bad. Like, I complained in Persona 3, Persona 4, Dancing All Night I should say. I keep getting the numbers mixed up. I complained in Persona 4 that a few of the songs just sounded like noise and I hated them. I haven't run into any songs like that, but that comes with the... condition that I haven't actually played the entire song list yet. And, well, honestly, I don't plan on it because, again, I have no time these days. But... at the same time, I haven't heard anything I've intensely disliked. Mainly just a couple of songs that I've been on and wouldn't bother playing again. So, you know, thumbs up for just general higher quality. I mean, it didn't take long for the bad songs to pop up in Persona 4. So, for Persona 5, at the very least, as I said, I haven't played as much as Persona 3. But for Persona 5, to keep the bad songs away for that long is either a really bad sign or a really good sign. So, you can put that whichever way you like.
That's it. It was worth it.
Alright, let's go watch Yukari's social link, or... actually, I don't know. And I've unlocked a social link because apparently I did something, so thankfully I can just jump straight to it. Notably, you can't actually jump straight to the social menu all the time, only when you've unlocked a new social link. Weird little thing there. Especially since the triangle button doesn't actually do anything. Alright, hang on, I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm just gonna let it go, and you get to see who you get to see. Oh, doesn't actually do it. Alright, whatever. We'll just go... alright, I said Yukari, we'll go do Yukari when I can actually press the buttons properly.
Oh, hey there. Sorry, I still don't really get what's going on here. This is a dream, right? In reality, we're all asleep in our beds, which means we're all having the same dream? And we don't have to worry about time, right? We'll forget everything when we wake up? Well, no sense in overthinking it. I'll go with the flow. It's scary how used to this I am. Somehow, it just feels like another day to me. A few years ago, I would have been freaking out. I adjust to things way too fast. Dancing, though? That really came out of nowhere. Nope, but nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? Oh, but I think I can picture myself doing it. I like music, and I watch dance videos. What else? Cheerleading? I kinda used to think that was cool. But I turned down the cheerleading club when they asked me to join. I was too embarrassed. What about you? Ever tear up the dance floor anywhere? Like at Club Escapade? What, really? Whoa, no way. Well, I guess that'll come in handy here, huh? I used to be interested in dancing, so this seems like a good chance to try it out. Honestly, I still think this is crazy. But then again, I can dance my heart out here. I'll be counting on you if something happens, okay? You seem like you can handle anything. All right, I think I'll go practice. It's our job to hype up the crowd, right? Okay, time to dance. I'm gonna be the disco queen. Huh? Is that not right?
Alright, let's go embarrass myself with the hard mode song. I'm not going to talk doing this because it's going to require all my concentration. Let's pick something that might be relatively easy. But, you know what they say, nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
Let's go!
Let's take.
It's go time. It's showtime.
You can do this. Believe in yourself.
How's that? Not done yet. How's that? Not bad, no?
That's it!
Not done yet.
Let's take.
How's that? Good. Not bad, no?
I can't stop watching.
How's that? Not done yet. How's that? Not done yet. Not bad, no? Good. Now, witness this. Not done yet. Not bad, no?
Excellent movements. Looks like fun, too.
How's that?
Let's do it! Nice!
You make it sound like a door or something.
You're a top form.
It's nice when we're so in sync like this.
Good.
That's it!
Not done yet.
Nice! Impressive showing, Mitsuru-senpai.
I believe we showed off how perfect we are as a pair.
They're in their own world.
I'm truly glad to have danced with you. Come again, Yukari. Not bad, no? How's that? Not bad, no?
So, I had that little screw up in that middle there that I missed a couple of notes on. That was enough to drop me out of fail. That was enough to drop me so that I was starting to fail. But I just barely managed to work it back up to a stage clear at the end. So that was actually a pretty decent showing from me. Yep, and we're still inside the allowed parameters. So that was a look at Persona 3 Dancing in Moonlight and Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight. They've made a lot of changes that I like. They've based the progression of the fan servicey stuff more around the idea of the Persona social links, which I approve of because it means no more of that bloody terrible story that felt really ham-fisted. The dancing mechanics haven't really been changed, but the fact that the options are there in the very beginning means that I don't feel particularly sour to it. And, well, with the online scores and all that, and the whole assist thing, only dropping and upping your score, not locking you out of things like trophies or things like that. It's all good. It's all good stuff. And while I haven't played Persona 3 and Persona 5 and would probably not recommend these two games to anyone who hasn't played those games yet, I mean, considering that I enjoyed these games more not having played Persona 3 and Persona 5, then I enjoyed Persona 4, which after Persona 4 Dancing All Night, after I played Persona 4. Let me try this again. I like these games more than Persona 4 Dancing All Night, and I haven't even played the games these ones were based on, so that's a good sign. And, you know, hopefully if you're a fan of Persona 3 and Persona 5, you will get your money's worth, because it seems like you will. So, just real quickly, I'm going to have a look at my email again, because it said something here that I think I wanted to point out. So, Persona 3 and Persona 5 individually are going to be $40 each, but you can buy a bundle of both games for $70, and you'll also get something called the Megaverse Costume Pack, which will give you a bunch of costumes based on the Shin Megami Tensei stuff. So, not only do you get a discount on both games, you get a bonus DLC pack with it. So if you plan on buying both, well, there you go. You probably wanted to know about that one. So, yeah. There you go. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.